Hi, and welcome to Statistics at Tunxis Community College. I am Professor Stugard, and I'm the one who's going to be teaching you this class this semester. So, what I want to do is just kind of quickly run through Blackboard, my stat lab, and how you're going to be doing your homework. So, let's take a look at Blackboard. So, when you log into Blackboard, this is what it should look like. It should have all of your courses. I mean, mine are all math. But we click our course, will be taken in. There we go. And again, yours might look a little bit different because, well, I have a few more options. But again, we have our welcome page, your basic information. Please read through all of this. And also we have, obviously, one-on-one help, tutoring help for everything as well. We're going to be using Microsoft Excel, and you can actually access that for free as a student in Connecticut. And if you need financial aid help or help to buy the textbook, we absolutely have that also. So, if you need any more information, the course outlines are listed under, well, course outline. I've also added the Tunxis Foundation Scholarship. That is a really easy way that students can apply for scholarships through the Tunxis Foundation. You do have to write one paragraph, but that's about it, and include your information. And the Tunxis Foundation gives out tens of thousands of dollars in scholarships every year. I highly recommend that every single student fill that out because, you know, free money. So, to do your homework though, and to basically get started in this class, everything is under course content. And you'll see everything is kind of arranged by week. So our first week, we are just talking about data collection. It really is just definitions. There's not much else to talk about besides the definitions. And so if you click the guided notes part here, and we open it up, here are the definitions you really want to focus on and the sections. Again, you'll have your homework, but really the first chapter is just making sure we have all of our basic definitions so that, well, we make sure we're talking about the same things. These are the ones you should absolutely focus on for Chapter 1. Now, each time you click into a week, it'll also have the homework and the quiz for each one. Now, to link up my stat lab with Blackboard, you're just going to click any of the assignments, so click the first one. Now again, I've already linked my account, so my homework just pops up. If you have not linked your account yet, well, you're just going to either log in if you've used Pearson products before, like My Stat Lab or any of the other My Lab type programs, or you can create your own account for this. Now, once you create your account or you log in and the homework pops up when you click, you can access your homework now either through Blackboard like this, or you can log into the Pearson website itself. And when you sign in, you'll see your course listed there too. So it's up to you how you want to do your homework. So again, once you have your homework set up, we'll click the first one, we'll open it up. And again, like I said, this first chapter, the entire first chapter, the entire first week is really about just getting the definitions down. So again, choose what is the correct definition for statistics. Now, the nice part is, and again, you should absolutely, of course, read all of the options. The nice part with the homework is that even if you check your answer and it's incorrect, it'll give you a hint about what to do next. So let's guess again. There we go. We got it. And then we can move on to the next question. So again, we're talking about definitions here. Check it. We get it wrong. We'll check it with the same wrong answer. You got it wrong. And it just says, try again. So we try again, then we get the correct answer, and boom, saves it. We can go to the next question. We can click save, and look, we got check marks for those two. It doesn't matter that we got one of the questions wrong. You can redo the problems as many times as you'd like to get that perfect score, and you should absolutely be doing that, particularly in the beginning of the semester when it is much easier to get perfect scores and get everything right, because I promise you that some of the later homework questions have many different parts and pieces, and it's, well, a little more difficult to redo. So again, start the semester off with a great score. All right, now, a few things we can do too. Every time you open up your homework, there are different options. So with this one, again, like I said, it's all definition based because you should be reading your textbook. Now, I don't require you to have a physical copy of the textbook because you can open up the textbook here on my Stat Lab. So again, down here at the bottom, there's this option for textbook. We click textbook, and it is going to open, eventually once it loads, your textbook. And it's going to bring you right to the chapter that you are working on. So section 1.1, that's the homework. Here's the textbook. And again, it goes through just like a regular textbook. You do have to click next page. But again, next page, read through it. The nice part is, again, it's an interactive textbook, so you can also click the little video icons, and it will open up a kind of a video lecture about the different topics. Right? And so, again, there's a really nice feature that comes with the textbook. But again, like I said, that's how you access your textbook. That's how you're going to read your textbook if you don't have a physical copy. You can also go to the library. The library has copies of the textbook on file, so you can actually read a physical copy even if you didn't buy it. You just have to go to campus. A few other things. You also have StatCrunch. StatCrunch is kind of a much more statistical-based, almost Excel-type thing. We're not really going to use that much because even though you do have your subscription to StatCrunch comes with the textbook, and it really is nice software. Once the textbook kind of expires, so does your StatCrunch. Now, you also see Ask My Instructor. This is a great one because, look, it's going to send me the exact question you're stuck on. You can type me a message about why you're stuck, and then I can get back to you via email, and we can try to work through some of these problems together. So, use that Ask My Instructor as well. So, there you go. Now, again, you can save and come back whenever you want, if you want to resume or, keep doing that. Or, again, if you're going to take a break, you're like, all right, I did some homework, but I have to go, you can just X out, and, again, the next time you click it, boom, it's saved. I got those first two with a check mark. All right, so I'm going to go back to course content. I'm going to look up something a little bit more difficult, like Chapter 3. And when I go through the homework now, Section 3.3, now when I open the homework, now we have other help features at the bottom. So there's Help Me Solve This. That will work through this problem with you one step at a time with the actual problem. However, if you use the Help Me Solve This, you don't get credit for doing the problem. So you will have to do it over again without that help feature. The View an Example is a really nice help feature because it goes through and it does a very similar problem just with different numbers. And it walks you through that problem step by step and how you do each part. Again, that's really nice. Now, there are a lot of times where they do things kind of the old-fashioned stats way, where it involves a lot of pencil and paper and not using technology. We're going to use technology whenever possible because that's why it's there. You're always going to have that technology to use, so you might as well use it. That's why, again, I tell you guys to use Excel. We should absolutely be leveraging all this technology to help us do the tedious calculations so that you can do the human part, which is think about and interpret the answers. Now, under Get More Help, again, sometimes there are more options as well. So you're always going to have the textbook, you'll always have StatCrunch, and you'll always have Ask My Instructor. And then again, depending on the problem, you'll have other options as well. The video one is also really nice. If you click the video, again, it goes through how do you do this by hand, how do you use it with StatCrunch, how do you do it with your TI-84, and how do you do it on Excel, which is awesome because, again, it's going to walk you through how to use technology to actually do these particular problems, which is really, really nice. So, another thing is that when you're doing these, and again, we have data sets, and again, a lot of our homework problems are going to involve data sets. So again, here we have data. There's this little box over here. And that little box, if you click it, it's going to say, well, do you want to open in StatCrunch, copy to the clipboard, or open in Excel? Now again, once you download Excel, you click that, click Open with Excel, and look, the data set's right there for me to work with now. You do have to click Enable Editing so you can actually, work with it. But now I have it in my Excel spreadsheet, and I can go through and I can actually do whatever functions I need to do to this data and use technology to help me. Okay, so, again, that's my stat lab. Like I said, always go through, try to get perfect scores on all the homework if you can. You'll also notice that for each of these sections, I've included a little note about what the chapter is about. I also have handouts, which are basically guided notes. And again, sometimes they're broken into different parts depending on how long the chapter is. So for example, again, chapter 3, here is a PDF. When we analyze the distribution of data, we typically consider these three characteristics: shape, center, spread. Well, what does that mean? Well, again, these are guided notes for you to fill out. You can absolutely print these out, and then when you print these out, you can then follow along with my YouTube video lecture series, which...
Brilliant helps you see math in a new way.
Quick add.
From the Pythagorean theorem to the area of a circle.
Yeah. Okay. And again, it will follow through along, and we'll talk about
our data.
What does the center mean? What does again? I talk about shape. I talk about center. I talk about spread. Again, it's guided notes that really follow along with these video lectures I have put together for everybody. Now, you should also be taking your own notes. That is a very important part. You're going to watch the lectures, read the notes. You need to take notes too. You need to get all three of those things working together to hopefully help you retain the information up here. Because, again, learning something is a physical process in your brain. You're building connections, so you have to actually, build those connections and traverse those paths. And that's how knowledge stays in your brain. You're literally changing your brain. That's what you're doing, and, you got to actually work at it, right? Like anything else, you're not going to get muscles unless you exercise. You're not going to get smarter unless you actually do the work. Now, you're also going to see that, like I said, we use Excel and technology a lot for the particularly Unit 1, which is, again, about descriptive statistics and doing summaries and making graphs and stuff. I have included technology help where possible. So, again, how to use Excel to calculate summaries, formulas, how to use your TI calculator as well. And, again, I do include homework help videos. So again, these are basically how we use Excel to do these types of problems. So again, I tell you, here's a question from section 3.2, and again, if you click it, I will go through one of the homework problems from section 3.2. We'll take that data set, we'll take the question, we'll open it in Excel, and I'll walk through how to use technology to get those answers. So again, hopefully that helps you a lot as you go through and do this work. All right. Yeah, the most important part, though, is if you have any questions, make sure that you tell me. Email me. Let me know. Write me a message. Or, just tell me that you're having trouble, and then I can hopefully focus you in the right direction. Also, we have tutoring help available every day of the week for one-on-one tutoring help. And on typically Tuesdays, we actually have a virtual stat lab through Teams, and maybe we'll even have one on campus this semester, depending. All right, but that is plenty for now. So hopefully you found this important. Hopefully you found it useful, I guess. And, well, good luck. Take care of yourselves as you learn statistics this semester.